welcome. You're with us here on Business Today. I'm Abha Bakaya. Here are the headlines tonight. Unimaginably uncertain. That's how the RBI Governor describes the current economic situation in India. However, adds that the war will have little impact on growth, says inflation expected to remain under 6%. Markets tumble in late trade with Sensex and Nifty ending near the low point of the day. Auto, banks, FMCG bleed while metals shine. Brent hits $110 a mark once again as European Union nations consider joining the United States in a Russian oil embargo. Meanwhile, petrol pumps shut across India after 25% hike in bulk diesel prices. Ruchi Soya plunges 9% after the company announces 4,300 crore rupees FPO at 35% discount. Baba Ramdev seeks to make Ruchi Soya Patanjali a global brand. Maruti Suzuki is working on an electric SUV. Sources say the company could collaborate with Toyota and launch it in 2024. Suzuki promises to invest 10,000 crore rupees in India for Maruti's EV push. Markets snapped their two-day winning streak and ended lower as the Russia-Ukraine conflict failed to de-escalate despite several rounds of talks between the two nations. Benchmarks, which opened higher, quickly erased gains to trade flat. Sensex ended 571 points lower, shutting shop at 57,292. Nifty giving up 17,150 after shedding 169 points. Broader markets too finished the day on a mixed note. Surging crude oil prices led to the sell-off in domestic markets. Rise in bulk diesel prices and inflationary pressure also bending the domestic market. Selling intensifying in the second half of the session in particular, bogged down by financials, auto and FMCG players. Britannia, Grasim, Tata Consumer, Shree Cement, SBI Life, some of the top laggards in trade today. Energy-linked stocks including Coal India, Hindalco, UPL, ONGC among some of the top gainers. Brent hit $110 mark once again as European Union nations considered joining the United States in a Russian oil embargo. With a staggering 40% increase in international oil rates, the bulk users of diesel will have to pay 25% more. Yes, diesel price for bulk buyers have been increased 25 rupees per litre. Bulk consumption accounts for 8 to 10% of total sales of oil companies. The rise in prices has prompted bulk users to refuel at petrol pumps rather than book tankers directly from oil companies, which in turn has led to petrol pumps shutting down. Bulk users like state bus fleets and malls and airports are bearing the brunt of the hike. Price of diesel sold to bulk users has been hiked to about 122 rupees per litre in Mumbai, and in Delhi it's costing about 115 rupees. On the other hand, with retail price of diesel remaining the same, the hike will not have any impact on the common man. RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das said that India's economy is far better placed today and there will be a marginal impact from the Ukraine war. He expects inflation in India to moderate and he's confident of dealing with any emerging challenges. Listen in.
So, economy is better placed today. On the external sector also we are better placed, but we are living in an uncertain world. There is no reason for complacency. We have to be watchful. And we are monitoring this very closely. We are also monitoring the crude and commodity prices, the volatility. Very closely we are watching them. Worries have been expressed in certain quarters and in several quarters about, the inflation going up in India. As I pointed out earlier, similar situations prevailed in 2020. It also prevailed in 2021. Today, again, the inflation for the last 2 months has been 6%. Whether the situation is similar, only time will tell. Our earlier estimate, which we had given about the inflation scenario. We were looking at inflation, CPI inflation to be 4.5% by March of 23. Now we have to watch. I will not like to comment what is our expectation on inflation and growth, because that is something which I would like to leave for the monetary policy.
Ruchi Soya tanked nearly 10% in trade today after the Baba Ramdev-backed edible oil maker announced a follow-on public offer at a discount of 35%. Watch our special report on the insights on whether you should subscribe to this FPO or not.
आत्मनिर्भर होते भारत की एक आदर्श प्रेरणा है रुचि सोया इंडस्ट्रीज लिमिटेड.
Edible oil firm Ruchi Soya, owned by Baba Ramdev-led Patanjali Ayurved, will hit the capital market with its follow-on public offer on 24th of March to raise up to 4,300 crore rupees. Shares of Ruchi Soya fell in Monday's session after the company fixed the floor price of FPO at a discount of 35%. The proceeds from the public issue will be used for repaying certain outstanding loans, meeting incremental working capital requirements and other general corporate purposes. So now the question is, should you subscribe to this FPO? Well, unlike an IPO where the share price is based on the company's performance, the price of an FPO is market dependent, as the share is already trading in the market. But if we talk about the company's performance, Ruchi Soya's shares have seen a massive bull run lately. In the past 3 years, the stock has given 11,470% returns. In 1 year, the stock is up 37%.
रुचि सोया और पतंजलि को एग्रीकल्चर और फूड की वर्ल्ड की सबसे बड़ी हम कंपनी बना सके, ग्लोबल कंपनी बना सकें, जिसको हम यदि आम लोक भाषा में कहें तो इंडियन ग्लोबल ब्रांड, इंडियन एमएनसी के तौर पर हम रुचि सोया और पतंजलि को लेकर के आगे बढ़ेंगे.
Patanjali promoters currently own 99% of Ruchi Soya. As per SEBI norms, they need to dilute a minimum 9% stake in this fundraising round. Ruchi Soya, which got the approval for an FPO in August 2021, was acquired by Patanjali for its Nutrella brand of products in 2019 for 4,350 crore rupees through the insolvency process. Patanjali Group's acquisition enabled Ruchi Soya to benefit from the Ayurveda firm's pan-India distribution network, know-how in FMCG and group synergies. Bureau Report, Business Today TV.
It may be the market leader in the Indian car market, but Maruti Suzuki has so far not been too gung-ho on the electric mobility space. This is, however, about to change, with Suzuki announcing a massive 10,500 crore rupee investment in the sunrise sector. Here's what India's largest car maker is planning for the electric vehicle foray.
India's electric car market has attracted automakers like Tata Motors, Hyundai, Mahindra and Morris Garage. Missing from the picture so far has been India's biggest car manufacturer, Maruti. "40 years after it revolutionized personal travel in the country, the company is set to charge up India's EV market. Coinciding with the visit of the Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida to Delhi, Suzuki announced a 10,445 crore rupee investment in its Gujarat plant, spread over the next 4 years. However, if you're hoping to buy a Maruti electric car anytime soon, you will have to wait. The first Maruti electric cars will only roll off the assembly lines in 2 years from now.
We are a manufacturer, we try to do by ourselves, but already 2025, and by 2025, Suzuki Motor Corporation announced that India to launch the vehicle. We only that 3 years remain, right? We have to start preparation, that manufacturing preparation, that EV soon.
One of the first electric offerings by Maruti is likely to be an SUV, slightly larger than the Hyundai Creta, codenamed the YY8. The car is being developed in tandem with Toyota and is expected to hit India by 2024 end. Sources say the car will be manufactured at Maruti's Gujarat plant and will be fitted with India-made battery packs. Importantly, Maruti is likely to focus on its core customer base, those buying small, affordable cars, even when it enters the electric vehicle market. What Maruti brings to the table when it enters the electric car market is not just cars. It is expected to launch an entire ecosystem to support those driving electric vehicles. This includes charging stations, battery repair shops, and electric vehicle workshops, the ultimate catalyst to make EVs popular. Bureau Report, Business Today TV.
SEBI approved LIC's updated DRHP for its IPO. The updated DRHP is based on LIC's December financials. The insurance behemoth, LIC, has reported a net profit of 235 crore rupees in the October to December quarter. The net profit in April to December increased to 1,671 crore rupees from 7.08 crores in 2020. The IPO launch was originally planned for March, but the Russia-Ukraine crisis derailed those plans as stock markets have been highly volatile. It's been reported that the issue is now slated for April. And here's what else is making news in the corporate world. Minister of State Finance Pankaj Chaudhary has informed Parliament that the government has initiated action against Infosys for technical issues and glitches faced by taxpayers in the income tax e-filing portal. He did not specify details of the action initiated by the government. Ola Electric has invested in an Israeli battery technology company, StoreDot. Investment in StoreDot is the first of several global strategic investments planned by Ola Electric as it looks to ramp up its core R&D, according to the company. Equitas Small Finance Bank has announced that it now offers 7% interest per annum on savings accounts for balances above 5 lakh rupees up to 2 crore rupees. The bank announced a review of its FD rates and announced that senior citizens would get a flat 50 basis point extra over existing revised rates on retail term deposits. Infrastructure major KEC International announced that it has secured new global orders of 1,005 crore rupees across its various businesses. The company said its year-to-date order intake has surpassed 16,000 crore rupees with a robust growth of 50% over last year. We take a very quick break, back with more corporate news on the other side.
Rahul Kanwal,
23 years of experience.
5 conflicts covered, unmatched time in war zone.
The first embedded operation in the history of Indian television journalism.
Gaurav Sawant, 28 years of reporting, 8 conflicts covered, unmatched hours in conflict areas.
Actual firing is taking place, the grads are firing.
Shivaru, 19 years of reporting, 5 conflicts covered, unmatched view of international crossfires.
And the attack guns are firing away.
Geeta Mohan, 18 years of reporting, 3 conflicts covered. When the world is at war, there is no compromise on India today.
Have you tested positive for COVID yet? Many experts believe that another wave is just around the corner. Due to this, India's Health Ministry has begun administering vaccines for young kids. Which are the vaccines available to children? And if another deadly wave hits India, will booster shots be available for anyone who wants to take it? We are in conversation with Dr. Narendra Kumar Arora on this. The technical group that advises the Government of India on vaccination as far as COVID-19 is concerned has in fact given this piece of advice to the government to start vaccines for children above the age of 12. What really is the plan? Which are the vaccines that are going to be given out, or which is the vaccine that is going to be given out to kids above the age of 12? How is the process going to be?
So, in fact, this is India's response to COVID-19 pandemic, the next step. And children between 12 and 14 years will now be immunized. They will be given Corbevax vaccine, which is a completely vaccine developed and manufactured in India.
Covaxin has got the approval for those above the age of 2 as well. I want to ask you, why is that this vaccine is not being given for those between the age of 12 to 14 then?
Covaxin is produced in just adequate amount to take care of 15 to 18 and
Welcome back. Now, one weekend and a significant one for the two Ambani brothers. The insolvency and bankruptcy process resulted in two very different outcomes for Mukesh Ambani and younger brother Anil. The Mukesh Ambani-led Reliance Industries snagged the bankrupt Syntex Industries, with the Committee of Creditors unanimously voting in favor of its resolution plan. On the other hand, younger brother Anil Ambani saw the rejection of his last-ditch attempt to wrest back control of a jewel of his depleted crown, the Reliance Naval and Engineering Shipyard, which was snatched up by a consortium led by Nikhil Merchant's Swan Energy. The resolution plan for Reliance Naval and Engineering crossed a major hurdle this weekend, with a letter of intent being issued to Swan Energy-led Hazel Mercantile Consortium. The next step in the process is for the winning party to give a bank guarantee by Tuesday. The consortium has bid around 2,700 crore rupees for Reliance Naval. We have BTTV's associate editor, Chetan Bhutani, joining us with more on this exclusive story. Chetan, tell us why Reliance Naval resolution is so important and what does it really bring to the table?
Well, Abel correctly pointed out that this is a very significant step. And with this, Reliance Naval is all set to get a fresh lease of life, with lenders approving the bid for Hazel Mercantile and Swan Energy Consortium. Well, the consortium is now likely to submit the bid along with attaching the performance bank guarantee and submitting by tomorrow, which is Tuesday. Well, why is this important? As you pointed out, earlier two insolvency cases in the shipping industry failed miserably, with Bharti Shipyard and ABG Shipyard owing to the banks of about 31,500 crore rupees, and nothing was recovered from by the banks in this particular two cases. Well, in this case of Reliance Naval, the banks are able to recover something, and Reliance Naval is, of course, a state-of-the-art shipyard who won prestigious contracts in its days from ONGC and the Coast Guard. Plus, it brings back on the table the government's initiative of Atmanirbhar Bharat in defense sector. So clearly, it's a win-win situation for the defense sector and some recovery, hopeful recovery for the banks.
Thanks for that, Chetan. After years of back and forth, Tata Motors has finally introduced the Altroz DCA in India, with prices starting at 8.10 lakh rupees. Tata claims that the new variant comes with an advanced dual clutch technology that is designed for the Indian consumer. Those interested can book their Altroz automatic at any authorized Tata Motors dealerships at just 21,000 rupees, with delivery starting after today's launch. One of the biggest crypto conferences begins in a little over 12 hours from now. The Business Today Crypto Conclave will take up issues which have made headlines in the past few months. There have been questions about regulators and taxation of crypto assets. Of course, there's also the issue of technology breakthroughs that blockchain brings with it. As a curtain raiser, we bring to you a discussion I earlier had with CoinDCX founders Sumit Gupta and Neeraj Khandelwal. Tell us what your primary drivers are and the kind of topics you want to explore as we take forward this day-long conclave next week. What are some of the key things that the crypto industry is watching out for?
Sure. First of all, thank you so much, Abha, for having us on the show here. As you rightly mentioned, right, the world is going through an economic transformation, and crypto and blockchain are going to play a pivotal role in that. given India's technological edge, right, and the and the nature of blockchain as a technology, I think India is set to benefit a lot from the full potential the sector has to offer. We would love for all the industry stakeholders to come together on a common platform, discuss what the future holds for us, how can India be a leader in this space globally, and that's what we want to drive and contribute to in the future by having these sort of conversations and dialogues happening about crypto and blockchain.
Okay. Neeraj, let me also bring you in. What are some of the learnings you feel the audience would take away from this program? I know that at CoinDCX you address so many questions from those that are interested yet curious, nervous about investing in these assets. What are some of the key takeaways you're hoping that they will gain from the conclave?
Sure. Thanks for having me here, Abha. So crypto, though we know crypto since quite a few years, but then there are a lot of doubts and confusions on this industry and the asset class. So we hope to make fruitful discussions on how the crypto can potentially make a real difference to the India's growth story, right? What are those end use cases? How can crypto potentially impact the financial ecosystem in a positive manner? And at the same time, with that in mind, with long-term potential of crypto in mind, I think there are regulatory challenges which surround this industry, and then there are confusions on taxation, which we want to discuss more about. We also would discuss more on things like NFT, which are upcoming trends in crypto. And I think people attending can hope to learn more on all these aspects.
Tune in to our social media channels to watch the full live stream of CoinDCX Business Today Crypto Conclave tomorrow, starting 1:30 p.m. And that's all the time we have on the show today. Thanks so much for watching.
As Russia declared war on Ukraine, as the world was plunged again into crisis, with the only Indian team in the real war zone.
This is Mariupol. You hear a series. Hear this sound.
I will show you a quick, so to say, bombshell room tour.
I can smell the gunpowder in the air.
And without pause, India Today totally dominates viewership and smashes the competition. When it's the world's biggest news story, there's only one gold standard of journalism. This is Ukraine's true danger zone. Up close and fearless in Ukraine's combat zone.
You are watching India Today.
He reports amidst the attacks.
Very close. It was just on top of us. Everybody on the ground.
He reports amidst the shellings.
Bombing is coming closer to us. Everybody's running now. Panic everywhere.
He reports from cities under siege. A Special Forces veteran's unmatched view of the war.
They're firing. They're firing on us now. Because I tried to show them on the camera.
Okay, you need
go, to... Go. Don't stop, bro. Don't stop.
Soldier reporter Rajesh Pawar, only on India Today.
So sorry.